So this is kind of my my review, first impressions on the TCom-SC from FreedConn. So far, I'm pretty well liking the unit. Long story short, the other day I got home from work and my wife said, "You know what I don't like about your motorcycle?" And I'm thinking, you know what? There's probably a lot of things I don't like about the motorcycle, but go ahead and enlighten me. And she told me that she doesn't like that she cannot get a hold of me in case of emergency or this, that, or the other. And I informed her that I could fix that for about 60 bucks. And I know for some people, getting on a motorcycle is kind of a way to get out and get away from everything. But I also understand that staying connected is sometimes worth its weight in gold. So I jumped on Amazon and I bought this particular unit. This is not a paid review. And after I got it, I kind of got online to watch some videos on the unit, and a lot of them are unboxing and people sitting at desks. And I paired it to my phone, and then I thought, hey, I wonder if this thing will pair my Garmin Verb Ultra 30, which allows for Bluetooth speakers. And sure enough, that it records. So the video you're watching hanging off of this shoulder is the video from the Garmin, and the audio that you're listening to is from the headset itself, the TCom-SC. The first impressions, I think the unit itself is very sturdy. The control knob is very tactile. The button is very tactile. The speakers seem to be very well made. The audio on it, I could wish for a little better, but for 50 bucks, I'm not going to complain. The audio, although that I've not had the pleasure of listening to it on the other end of the line, everybody is saying that it's a good headset, that they can hear me pretty well. And I'm currently using a full face, and when I was testing it out, I even popped the full face with glasses on, of course, and was talking to my father, and he said that the speaker sounded good. He could tell that the face was open, but he wasn't getting drowned out by the sound of a tornado blowing through the microphone. So far, so good. The biggest complaint that I have with the unit itself is that the instructions encourage you to mount the unit on the right-hand side of the helmet. I have two problems with that. The first problem is the right-hand side of the unit is your throttle and your brake, and I do not feel like taking my hand off of the throttle, and I do not feel like taking my hand off of the brake to adjust volume or to adjust incoming calls or place calls, let's change music song or whatnot. So I decided to mount it on the left side of my helmet, so that way I'm losing my clutch hand, which is okay when I'm in a straightaway. I don't mind taking my hand off of the clutch to answer a call or change a song or turn up the volume or what have you. The biggest problem, the problem with that is the headset is actually physically designed to sit on the right side of the headset of your helmet. And with that being said, you do get a lot of, I won't say a lot, but you do get some tension on top of the wires that come out. So when you're installing it and you're putting your cheek pads back in, you have to make sure that you don't bind those wires, because we all know what happens when you take wires and bind them. You end up with a 2-year-old pair of I won't say iPods, but Apple iPod headphones that don't seem to want to work too well. But overall, I'm fairly happy with it. For 50 bucks, I'm happy. I can't complain. Can I compare it to a Sena? No, I've never owned a Sena. Can I compare it to another brand? I'm sorry, I can't. But not saying that I won't, but at this point in time, I don't have anything to compare it to. I absolutely hate this little hill right here. I don't have anything else to compare it to. But not saying that they're junk. For my first set, I cannot complain. The headset does pair with 2 to 3 other cyclists that you are currently riding with. So that means that if you're riding with a friend, You can talk to them up to 800 meters is what the box says. I have not tried that yet. I do have 2 people that I ride with from time to time that seem to be interested in the headset. So there might come a time where I'll get to test that out. But as of right now, I've been listening to music on it. I've been listening to, talking to people on it. I've been listening to podcasts on it, and so on and so forth. And it seems to do the job just fine for me. I would say the only thing that I'm not a fan of, and it's more of a helmet problem than it is a speaker problem, is the boom mic sits centimeters away from my mouth, and when the wind gets really blowing, I can feel the microphone pushing up against my lips. But other than that, I don't have any problem with it.